What type of careers should you pursue in the future? There are primary careers out there that are in high demand, and these particular careers, these particular fields, um, are one that many people are flocking towards. But at the same time, not a lot of people are flocking towards. But if you flock toward these particular fields, you should have no trouble finding a job in the future, because these particular positions are in demand. These particular careers are in high demand, because it's these particular careers, which I'm going to say in just a moment. They run this. They run this country. They run this world. Um, Many people tell me their life aspirations, what they want to do in the future. I have a friend that wants to get into social working. I have a friend that wants to get into technology. I have a friend who wants to get into the automotive business. A lot of these people, they have all these different preferences. I have even one friend that wants to become an astronaut, and I'm like, well, you don't have to pay taxes, so by all means, go for it. Um, you have all these people with all these different careers, and I'm not saying that those are bad careers, but I'm saying that you know, just follow your dream. But I'm here just to tell you the particular careers that are of high demand. That if you really want to find a job like that, instead of waiting, um, these are the particular careers that are for you. These are particular fields that I would pursue. Now, number one career that, or I should say, the number one field that is of high demand these days is technology. Computer science. If you pursue these fields, if you know how to operate computers really well, you should have no trouble finding a job, because computers run the world. If you were to somehow fry every single motherboard of every single computer on this planet, you're going to send the whole world back into the Stone Age, because 80 to about 90% of the world's financial information, everything, all the records, everything are stored into computers. And if you fry them, all that data is lost. Everything is basically thrown back. The tape is rewind, and everything needs to be rebuilt from scratch, right? And every single business relies on computer systems to do business, right? And they need people to upkeep uh, these computers, that they're working efficiently, so your job is efficient. So if you're going to pursue the technology field, you're going to have no trouble finding a job. You're going to be paid really well, at least $150,000 a year once you reach that peak, right? And your start off is 70 to 80,000, right? The average is 90,000. You'll be doing really well. The thing about technology too is that as long as you have the experience, you're good. Yes, a degree could help, but many businesses now are just looking for people who know how to do it. And they prefer people who are experienced than the people that are educated by schools, because in schools they only teach you the basics. They don't teach you the nuts and bolts like other people, when they do, actually hardcore research with the internet and they learn the nuts and bolts. They actually go into more detail on the internet than in school. In school, they just teach you the generalistics things, the general workings of everything. But on the internet, if you learn from experience, one on one, or just over the years, you just kind of did the research yourself. Not only will you know the general basics, but you'll know even the details, which is key. And that's what jobs are looking for nowadays. People who know the details, who know the technology inside and out, so they know, so that they have the guarantee that this person is going to upkeep these computers well. And then he's going to fulfill his position really well. All right. So that's one thing I like about the technology field. But don't get me wrong. I would still get that master's in technology just so you have that as a background. Just it'll look better, and jobs they'll have a bit more. Some of those jobs will have a bit more sense of peace. I don't know what those jobs are that prefer the experience, but there are quite some out there. I have friends that work for those places. I forget the names of these companies. I'll find out for you too, for those technology people out there. But yeah, so technology is number one. Number two is the medical field. You know, that's also of high demand. I mean, not too many people like blood, so that's why it's not too many people pursue it. but it's a very difficult field. Requires lots of years, a hell of a lot of years of schooling, because you're basically handling somebody's life. So that's a huge one, and then you'll be making easy bucks per year, easy, 150,000 or even 100,000. That's his average. That's your start off. You know, 90,000 is when you're just getting into it, and once you reach your peak, you're looking at over 200,000 a year, maybe even 300,000 a year. That's making good bucks. The medical field is also another high demand out there. Come number 3 is business. Business maintains the world. It too runs the world. So so business, that's another big one. You know, from being a CEO, or being a manager, sales manager, what have you. That's another one that's of high demand. Business. So it's technology, medical field, and business. As long as you strive for these 3 particular fields and all the careers that come in that go with it, then you'll be okay. Finding a job will be just like that, but it's very competitive. No doubt. Very competitive, but it's easy to find a basic job. But to be number 1, it's very competitive. So as long as you're just there to look for a job and to live life, no problem. But if you were trying to get to the apex of the triangle in either field, very competitive. It takes lots of work, but it can be done. They do have their top 5. They do have their top list of individuals that are like the leading experts in those particular fields. So, and then not saying that if your career doesn't fall under any of these 3 fields, it doesn't mean that's a bad field. Don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you the 3 main ones that are the most popular, at least, that many people try to strive for. That gives you the greatest amount of pay. They're just titans in this world. If you have a career that's not part of the 3, that doesn't, that's what you like, and I encourage you, I support you for whatever career that you're going to get into. I hope for the best for you. So my aspiration is to get into technology, minor in banking and economics, so I have some business, but I'm going to strive for the technology career. So it all should end well, and I'm hoping for you guys too. So I hope this video was very informative. Any questions, comments, comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to put my email down there too if you want to ask any questions. I could possibly answer them in future videos. So yeah, thanks for watching.